Some films stick with you, not because they're bad or anything, far from it, because they dig into your soul, mess with your heart, and leave you staring into the void. Today, we are breaking down the top 10 movies that every man has cried with. Let's get into it. We're starting off with a story that is pure, unfiltered heartbreak. Hachi, a dog sale, is based on the real-life story of Hachiko, a loyal Akita dog who waited for his deceased owner at a train station every day for nearly a decade. Richard Gere plays the professor who befriends Hachi, and their bond is the kind of love and loyalty we all dream of. But then comes the gut-wrenching part. Even after his owner's death, Hachi keeps waiting, day after day, year after year. This is not just a dog story, it's a lesson in love and loyalty that will destroy you emotionally. I watched it and I guarantee that. Watching it the first time is like willingly walking into a store, but twice, oh man, you would need a heart of steel. Number 9. Incendies. Denis Villeneuve doesn't just make films, he makes emotional gauntlets. And this one is no exception. The story follows twins Jean and Simon as they travel to the Middle East to unreveal the dark secrets of their mother's past. What starts as a family mystery quickly spirals into a harrowing exploration of war, trauma, and betrayal. The twists in this movie aren't just surprising, they're devastating. That final reveal, it hits like a freight train, leaving you in complete silence. Villeneuve in this movie pulls no punches, delivering a narrative so deeply unsettling that the idea of sitting through it again feels insane. Trust me, once is more than enough. Number 8. Atonement. Atonement is the kind of movie that seduces you with the beauty and romance before utterly destroying you. It's about a young girl, Bryony, whose lie changes the course of multiple lives forever. The love story between Cecilia and Robbie feels like it's destined to be one for the ages, until Bryony's false accusation shatters everything. Look, the Dunkirk scene, shot in a single mesmerizing take, is haunting. That is right, but nothing prepares you for that ending. When you realize this story you've been rooting for was a lie, a fantasy that never came true, you're left gutted. The themes of regret and unfulfilled love are so raw, so painful, that makes it almost impossible for most of us to watch it again. This one is a classic, and by classic I mean it absolutely wrecks you. Set in a 1930s death row prison, The Green Mile tells the story of John Coffey, a gentle giant with miraculous healing powers. Tom Hanks plays Paul Edgecombe, a guard who starts questioning everything he knows about justice and morality. It's not just a story about the death penalty, it's about the inherent cruelty of life itself. John's execution scene is unbearable, and the emotional weight doesn't stop there. Even the happy moments are mixed with tragedy. This is a movie that stayed with you, but rewatching it feels impossible. Number 6. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This movie is one of those movies that feels innocent at first, until it pulls the rug out from under you and leaves you shattered. Set during World War II, it tells the story of Bruno, an 8-year-old boy, and Shamel, a Jewish boy imprisoned in a concentration camp. Their unlikely friendship blossoms through a wire fence, creating moments of heartbreaking purity among the horrors of war. But that ending is one of the most soul-crushing twists you'll ever witness. The innocence of childhood collides with the brutal realities of the Holocaust, leaving you emotionally destroyed. Watching it for the first time is okay, it's just experience, but twice, no way. Do you know that feeling when a movie doesn't just break your heart? It stomps on it, sets it on fire, and tosses it into the ocean. Yep, that is exactly Requiem for a Dream. Darren Aronofsky's masterpiece isn't just a film about addiction. It's a descent into absolute despair. The lives of his 4 main characters spiral out of control in ways that are as horrifying as they are inevitable. The visuals, the music, the performances, it's all so visceral that you can feel the character's pain crawling under your skin. The final 20 minutes are some of the most brutal scenes ever put on film. It's a cinematic masterpiece, but no one is strong enough, I tell you this, to go through all that again. Studio Ghibli is mostly known for its whimsical, feel-good movies, but Grave of the Fireflies is on a completely different level. During World War II, it tells the story of Seita and his younger sister Setsuko, as they struggle to survive after their home is bombed. The movie doesn't pull any punches. It shows the brutal realities of war and the devastating impact it has on innocent lives. Setsuko's innocence and optimism make the tragedy even harder. By the time the film ends, you're left in a puddle of tears and existential dread. It's a stunning film, yes, but it's also emotionally crushing. I myself watched this one at a young age, but yet couldn't go for the second time. Number 3. Schindler's List. This is not just a movie. It's a haunting reminder of one of the humanity's darkest chapters. Steven Spielberg captures the horrors of the Holocaust with brutal honesty, telling the story of Oskar Schindler, a man who saved over 1,000 Jewish lives. The black and white cinematography, the haunting performances, the use of silence, it all combines to create a film that feels painfully real. The scene with a little girl in the red coat is one of the most iconic and heartbreaking moments in cinema history. It's a masterpiece, but it's also emotionally exhausting. Once you've seen it, it stays with you forever. Number 2. Capernaum. Capernaum is raw, unflinching, and utterly heartbreaking. Directed by Nadine Labaki, it tells the story of Zain, a 12-year-old boy living in extreme poverty in Lebanon. When he sues his parents for bringing him into a life of suffering, the film becomes an unrelenting exploration of childhood neglect and systematic injustice. The performances feel so real that it's hard to believe you're watching actors. Every scene is heavy, every moment lingers, and by the time it's over, you feel drained. Powerful film in my idea. Number 1. Hacksaw Ridge. This is both inspiring and devastating in equal measure. Based on the true story of Desmond Doss, a World War II medic who saved 75 men without ever picking up a weapon. It's a tale of extraordinary courage. Andrew Garfield's performance is phenomenal, capturing Doss's unwavering faith and determination. But the battle scenes, they are some of the most brutal and realistic ever put to film. The chaos, the gore, the sheer horror of war is overwhelming. The contrast between Doss's peaceful resolve and the violence around him makes his story even more impactful. It's an unforgettable film, for me at least, but once is all you will need, I say. Now, what if I tell you that all the movies we just went through are based on true, real-life stories? No, I'm kidding. They were not real, but I have already a list of the real ones right here in this video.